Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're going bushing. Don't know why else to be in the video, but to start off we're bushing. So just getting in the loading shovel. So I need to change from the bucket to the fork to the grape. So bucket's on. Now we have so many cattle out, we were just getting this shed cleaned out, get it ready for power washing and that. So we just have to draw away dung, hence it's not fully cleaned out. Pushing bushes back into the hedge on the new farm where me and Liv have wires taken down so that we can get a nice new wire put up in front of it and just stuff everything back into the hedge, because there's not much else we can do with it. What used to happen was you put it all in a pile on a good day during the summer, it'll be burned, but that's no longer the case. So we will be shoving it all back in. It'll work for us, it'll work as blinding to thicken up the hedge and hopefully stop cattle from looking out through it. Here's the bucket and away we go. Now that's the grape on, away we go. So she'll do the job to gather up these bushes around these trees we'll be on. So we're out here now on the first silage field. You can see the upper silage field. So this hedge along here, the hedge along there, all needs the trees pushed, all the branches, everything else cut, just stuff back in. The other side has to be done back up. The other field below us has to be done down in the far corner and all along the murn. And for anyone who doesn't know what a murn is, because someone left a comment, the murn is the outside boundary of a farm of land. So the murn is the hedge next to your neighbour. So none of the internal hedges we call a murn, but the murn is the external hedge. That's the big one for us, is to make sure that's well stuffed, because we do not want our lads going thieving is the word that is used here. Thieving, cattle thieving is where cattle go through a hedge into a neighbour and eat their grass. It's called thieving. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to start off. I'll put the camera on time lapse. We'll spend an hour or two out here. We'll see what we get done. I'm going to start in the good drier ground. It's quite wet in that corner. It's quite wet when you go up. It's wet in the bottom corner of that field. And the dual wheels will come in handy now. And then I'll go into the bottom hedge there, or bottom field, and I can stuff that. I'm going to be stuffing where we have the wires already down and out of the way. Some of the hedges we have to take down the wire before I can do this, but we'll find a drier spot. We'll start there, stick the camera on time lapse, and we'll get a bit of bushing done. So it's gone dark now. I'm just trying to push in this bit of a tree that's fallen out, and some heavy branches have come out too. So the reason we got this breasted back was because there was a lot of overhanging trees. Like it was well out. It was a good 10 foot or that out. Rather than bashing cabs trying to get in nice to the hedge, the easiest thing to do is cut it and then just go through it like this and shove it all in. That just means we can get right up to the hedge and not have any wasted ground or be damaging machinery by getting too close to low-hanging branches. So we're just as far as the gap now. We need to head from the other side. We're getting on nicely, but we'll be going home shortly. Tea will be ready, and we'll try and get up then another day to get another bit done. But there's a lot of this bushing to be done, and the plan is to try and get it done before the 1st of March, because of the can't really cut hedges or do anything with bushes or trees after that point. So a bit of a push on now, try and make sure we get it all done, or as much as possible, to leave fencing easy. And just watch out for the big trees that I don't damage it. That's why if I turn this up, you'll see that's broke, that one's bent, because this shovel has done an awful lot of this. Because usually when you take a farm of land, there's always a bit of maintenance to be done like this. So we've done this quite a lot of times in the past. Just keep bushing away. And we are back to go bushing. But before I go bushing, we'll just show you how the cattle are getting on the field we're going to plough. As you can see, along the backs of the hedges and that to have it eaten, tramped, but when you get out into the field, it's gone that kind of a deady colour of itself. Now, the cattle are very content, big bellies on them. Easiest way of knowing if our cattle are content or not. If they're not content, as soon as they see you, they start roaring and they come galloping over to you. Seems we're really starting to get into it. They're still, look at, like, that is very hard plough through that till that's gone off. Just at the point where we're debating, do we buffer feed, do we not buffer feed? Now, the cattle seem very content, they're clean, they look happy, but it's how much feeding is in that. And you go into the middle of the field, you can see yourself there. Like, there's just no way of ploughing through that. That'd absolutely damn you. That's the current debate. Do we buffer feed or do we try and leave them to keep eating into that? So you let me know in the comments down below, what would you do? We'll go get some bushing done now. Whose horse is that? Let's zoom in. Now there's horses the other side of the road, another man's land. Maybe that horse is belonging to them. But yeah, a horse has arrived. Unwanted. No idea whose or how or none of that fun stuff. But whose horse is that? Because it shouldn't be here. Anyways. Keep rooting away here, get this hedge done, then I'll get the fence up on this, and I'm going to keep going around this field here and get this done. It is the field the heifers will be moving into. They're probably the tightest on grass at the minute. Now, they're not bad, but I reckon they'll be next to be moved. So I get this done and be ready to get the heifers out here. So good bit of bushing to be done. So just working on a section along the road here now that is quite open. There's a lot of spots where cattle could just walk straight out if there wasn't a fence. So just rearranging what's been cut. We'll have to bring some of what's over there back over there just to really stuff that in, fill that hedge up so there's a physical barrier as well as a fence to keep the cattle. And now everyone, we are back in the loading shop. We're back out for another day of bushing. So also, just for anyone who's wondering with the first bed footage, anyone who's listening with earphones, you would have heard me not in your left ear and only in your right ear. Now I'm hoping I have it sorted now. The reason for that was my media mod, which is what connects my microphone and the receiver to the camera, decided it didn't want to work anymore. Which was a bit of a pain in the hole, to be honest now. And it wasn't the setting that I was on stereo, I was on mono. But just because of how the audio jack is gone on the media mod, it just was not picking up sound on both channels. It was just sending it to one channel. Hence, you can hear me in the right ear and on the left. Hope I have it fixed. I have a new media mod coming, so it could be wrong. I have to kind of keep the AUX port pulled to one side. Anyways, we're back up here. The plan is to have the heifers up here by the end of this video. So a couple of days has passed since we were up here last. We don't have too much left to do to get this field left right for the heifers to come up. Just a small bit to do around this corner, back up the other side. Should have it done in no time at all. Liv is then going to come up to me with the gator and all the fencing equipment. Just so it saves time me driving back when I've this done and maybe she's not ready. And we're going to get this field fenced. And then we'll get the heifers brought back to the yard. Since the start of this video, when we started off, we were looking at how the boys are getting on up there. It's about a week ago now, I suppose, since the start of that. We have started giving them silage. It just seemed like the right thing to do. It was getting short, they were getting a little bit more agitated, so we started bringing silage out to them to keep them right. And they're basically ready for a move. So when I finish pushing here, I'm going to start off in the next field where they'll be going. Now I would prefer if we got the bulls on the silage field beside this one, but I just not putting bulls and heifers beside each other, because very looking for trouble doing that. Only looking for trouble. So I'll show you where the bulls are moving when I get this done. So there's pretty good for blinding. There's a bit of a weak spot there. So take a shovel out there, go into this spot here, and then dump it down. And all it is just about creating a bit of a physical barrier, just to have not only a wire fence with power in it is more a mental barrier than a physical. But if you have a mental barrier and then a physical barrier behind it, you just get less trouble with cattle. I'll push back these briars, so you can see where the cousin cut the sides of the trees there. So it's just a matter of, might take another go out here. We keep rooting away and we get this done. So Liv is up with me now, and yeah, it's time to get this out. So we're going to start here, down, around, round, all the way back round up here. My job is walk with the end of the wire all the way up the back of the hedge, while Liv makes sure it doesn't get tangled on the reeler. What's the quickest way of getting the wire out? So use your foot. Again, go outside the reeler. So first wire section out, so just driving posts now for gaps. You may be wondering why we're driving such light posts. The reason is it's quick and easy. We can upgrade as we need to when we see the time, but to get fencing up in a hurry, it's hard beat, small posts, a sledge and soft tying wire.
I think we've got the hard job.
And we're back. Oh, we have the fence done on this field, so all the way around. We did put temporary fence on that section there because there's a bit to be done, a bit behind, I don't know what you call it. There's maybe half an acre that's in a bit of an annex or something, and we just want to be putting up a proper wire when we have time and get that included into the field. So that is the plan. So Liv is going to start lifting fencing in the next field. So this field is ready for the heifers, so we're going to start getting ready for moving the bulls on. So I'm going to go back bushing. Liv's going to gather up some of the steel wire that's there that needs to be gathered, so I can get all the bushing done. And yeah, we should get all moved in today's video, and it'll be a good move. Keep everything right for another while. See? We'll be on. So I was just driving across to here to go back bush, and I'll pick up some of them and throw it right in the corner there. I was driving across the field, and next thing, boom. And I was like, oh, and then boom, another one, and another one. I'm just after hitting 3 boulders in a row, literally just in that line there. It's fast becoming, this field ain't going to get any mowing or anything done. It's the same with that tree is marking a stone there, and then that tree in there is marking another one. Not over optimistic you getting this field being a mowable field, but we won't really know for sure, and we might be able to mark part of it, can be, or we just, it's looking not too bad. It's actually quite nice and green, but yeah, it's going to be fun. And there's another reason why I think I won't be mowing this field. You can see it. Big bit of a boulder there. Tasty job. So we're just have the heifers off. They're out there in the big field. So running them down the road, because there's no handling facilities on this bit, so we always just run them down the road into the yard, load them, and to where we're after fencing. So everyone is out where they need to be, so it's just a matter of driving on behind them. They've done well since they went out, and they're not looking too bad at all, but they're just, that's eaten, that's ready to be spread with slurry when it dries and closed up for silage. So it is, and it's time to get them moved on to the next bed. So come on! Come on, girls! Out you come! So there's our Charlie heifer. So it is windy. I let the GoPro in the gear, so I don't have it on me. There, two Charlies, Herefords, Belgian Blues, Flower. She's a flower on the other side of her. So this should be happy out. Lips cow. They're happy out. So there's not a big pile, that's all there is. So this is them now for, I suppose, no more than a month. So we're just out with the girls to walk through the heifers. They're looking rightly, they're filled out and all that. So there's plenty of grass here. There's enough grass here to keep them going for I don't know how long. They will have to be off this by the first week of April, so we can take it up for silage, maybe third week of March. So they'll be here for 3 weeks anyways. I don't think they're going to eat it in 3 weeks because there's so much grass, but we'll see how they get on. But they're looking rightly. And seeing them all following the Piper. Yeah, no, it's great to have them out, and they are really looking rightly. So they're big full bellies, nice shine on them, a little bit wet, but you know, not looking too bad at all. So yeah, that's it. So the next move for the heifers when they get this eaten will either be to go on to the next silage field up, which it depends. We might put them on it for 2 weeks just to give it a quick nibbling, and then they're going to go across the road to behind the yard and then start their paddock rotations out there. Hopefully we'll get a bit of slurry out there in the next week or so, just to bring on grass. And yeah, they'll be on their rotation, all the fencing to do there. So a lot of fencing and a lot of bushing to do. Now at the minute we're trying to put up, we're using a lot of temporary stuff just to get fences up, and then we'll be going back when we've time to drive in posts and we'll replace pigtails and put up steel wire where we've temporary wire. And yeah, there's a lot of work, an awful lot of work, and we now have two fields done out of 14. So we are slowly, very slowly getting there, but the girls are happy. That's all that really matters. So anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe to the channels. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.